Welcome everyone to my presentation. I'm going to take the next few minutes to introduce you to my personal OD&C method, Play Like a Genius. First, some information about me. I bring my background as an educator together with my knowledge about collaborative change concepts to help organizations develop engaging initiatives that solve complex business problems. To aid me in that goal, I've created this method. Play Like a Genius is designed for those who have never created a strategic plan before or just want to try it a different way. It can help data-driven people to get in touch with the heart as well as the mind, and help those who are more purpose or people-driven to make data more relevant. For both of these groups, Play Like a Genius is meant to help them strengthen that aspect of planning that presents as a growth opportunity. Play Like a Genius has 3 core components that make it unique. Each of these components brings its own benefit, and the blending of these components produce additional benefits, such as team building that engages both heart and mind, ideas that are both unique and creative, and models that reflect the aspirations of the organization. There are 4 categories of needs relating to this method. First, you need a space big enough for the entire group to assemble, along with breakout spaces for groups to work in. The people participating in the event should be casually dressed because this process can get messy. The time requirements vary depending on the scope of the project, and the essential tools for this process can be found at any grocery or discount store and are listed in the table. This method is completed in 3 stages and 9 overall phases. Here's a visual layout of the process. Each box contains one of the stages, and the phases of the process that take place in each stage. We will now go over each individually. In the first stage, we have phases 1 and 2. In phase 1, the project sponsors and consultants meet and establish needs for the event. In phase 2, consultants design a prompt or series of prompts that participants will use to form their symbolic models. In the second stage, we have phases 3 through 6. In phase 3, the entire group will gather and be introduced to the central prompt. In phase 4, participants form small groups which plan and discuss how to represent their ideas in a symbolic model. In phase 5, those groups mix together common household ingredients to form a substance resembling Play-Doh, and that dough is used along with any found objects at their disposal to create symbolic models that represent their thoughts and ideas surrounding the prompt. In phase 6, the entire group reconvenes and completes a gallery walk, moving as one large group to view each model. At each stop, the small group responsible will explain their model and answer questions. The large group then reconvenes in the large meeting space and examines common themes. If there are multiple prompts, the facilitator will then introduce the next prompt, and the phases are repeated until either all the prompts are examined or have been addressed. Phase 7 is an event documentation phase that is not contained in any of the boxes. It is an optional phase that takes place throughout the event. The planning, creating, and sharing of models may be recorded for easier recall at strategic planning meetings that follow. After the event has concluded, consultants, participants, and sponsors will reassemble and incorporate the feedback and ideas generated at the event into their strategic planning efforts. The consultant will also lead the group through the use of strategic assessment tools such as Porter's 5 Forces and SWOT analysis, among others. The data from these tools are analyzed along with the data gathered at the event to form a comprehensive strategic plan. Play Like a Genius events can occur in dozens of locations around the world, either simultaneously or asynchronously. This is possible through the use of video conferencing tools such as GoToMeeting, Zoom, WebEx, and Skype, among others. Recording and streaming devices can be set up and allow participant groups in the various event spaces to observe and discuss one another's models in real time. Those involved in the strategic planning process can view recordings from event locations and use them to inform the plan. This method has been used for a variety of projects, including strategic planning for the implementation of a new human resource information system, planning the restructuring of a charter school, and coordinating the merger of 2 houses of worship. Organizations looking to get started with using this method should answer these 4 questions. The first question helps to establish scope and budget for the project. The second establishes deliverables. The third examines expectations for participants, and the fourth examines an organization's readiness to move forward with next steps. In every stage of the process, there is work to be done. In the first stage, consultants work with clients to design the event. Sponsors enable that work by answering the 4 questions in the previous section. In stage 2, the consultant guides participants through the process. Participants bring their willingness to learn and create, and sponsors allow the process to unfold organically. In stage 3, the facilitator will guide teams through strategic analysis and planning. Participants work with sponsors to make their ideas actionable, and sponsors finalize and approve the strategic plan, ensuring it reflects the needs and desires of the organization. In order to maximize the effectiveness of this method, participating teams should exhibit Patrick Lencioni's 5 behaviors of a cohesive team. As with any other pyramid, the end results at the top are made possible by strengths at the bottom. Without trust, you can't have constructive conflict. Without conflict, you can't reach a point of commitment. Without commitment, you don't have anything to hold people accountable to, and without accountability, you can't expect consistent results. So, the stronger these attributes are in a team, the more effective this method will be. We want the success found in forming the plan to become the success of implementing the plan. To that end, if the strategic plan represents the ideas and themes discovered in the event phase, organizations will have more commitment in getting deliverables met. The plan should also be able to tolerate deviation. The best plans are those that can flex when needed, so avoid making the goals or objectives so narrow or interconnected that failure in one will make success with others more difficult. Finally, determining when changes are needed and making those changes happen are easier when a trusting, supportive environment is in place, so continue to foster that environment in your organization. Play Like a Genius is based on 3 methodologies: metaforming, multiple intelligence theory, and the experiential learning model. In orange are the 3 central premises that have guided the creation of this method. So how can I get a group of stern professionals to embrace this process? Not everybody is going to be excited about getting their hands dirty. For skeptics, I would let them know that just because they'll be in jeans and an old t-shirt doesn't mean this isn't serious business. This method can still be useful for groups that are new or have work to do in building trust. I would recommend beginning with light questions in short rounds to get them used to the process and to help build that trust, introducing deeper questions gradually over time. This method is all about embracing your inner child, finding the creative, unique ideas that they have, and leveraging them to create results for your organization. These last few slides list organizations, resources, and my references for this project. To learn more about Play Like a Genius, I encourage you to read my paper or get in touch with me. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for watching.